Welcome all my aliens, apes, and zombies, and it's Crypto Novo back at it again with a Monster Monday, and we have awesome Crypto Monster Lab right here. You guys can get their aliens, apes, and zombies. That includes everyone. Get on and get yourself minted before the reveal comes out next week. But even before that, we have Bigfoot back at it again. Bigfoot. How have you been since last week?
Hello, friends. Doing great. So pumped.
Uh,
Got some kind of
love
reveal
it.
coming
And
up. Yeah.
you know what? I didn't know that Bigfoot's actually changed their clothes, but like you did, you have a wardrobe change here. You got the wardrobe. It looks like you have a little bit of mink oil on your fur and a new hat. I love the new look. It is looking really good here.
Yeah, man. Gotta look my best for you guys.
I appreciate it. We have Crypto PJR, still intergalactic friend, back on the show for our Monster Mondays. Peace is in the air. We need some more peace signs up there. And, we're going to be diving in and we got to ask Bigfoot some questions here because it's not every day we get to talk to a Bigfoot, let alone the Bigfoot from the Crypto Monster Labs here. So Bigfoot, I'm going to ask you a question here. You're getting up there in that like celebrity status a little bit. And I wanted to know a little bit about that. So, how do you deal with, celebrity, like being a little bit of famous, have you seen that and then a change in maybe your behavior with paparazzis following you? What's going on with you and being a little bit famous here?
Okay. So fame, it's got its dark side for sure. Like I just can't get out of the house without like someone always trying to take my picture. It's like, hey, there's Sasquatch. Let's get him. And so it's like a guy just can't take a walk in the woods without like, get some peace and quiet once in a while. But on the other side though, it's got its good side. So like all those bumper stickers you see on the car windows and like those wooden statues on the highway. Well, I get a piece of that. I get some royalties, get some licensing. So and they say that I'm just like a dumb hairy ape, but I'm also a business guy. I got investment in real estate, hedge funds. I got some crypto. I collect NFTs as well. And the other day, I just picked up like a whole chain of flower shops. I'm not just gonna blow it all on a sports car or a jet. No Lambo for this guy. So when I see people waste their cash, I gotta wonder who's the real dumb animal.
Yeah, it is about how you allocate your cash. And you know what? Crypto PJR, I haven't really seen any pictures of you out there. We've seen those iconic Bigfoot pictures. How do you deal with fame and how do you stay so elusive and not to get, have the paparazzis take a picture of you or you be a headlines? Sometimes we see the headlines in some magazines and newspapers, but you, for the most part, have been able to stay pretty anonymous throughout your time in this terrestrial world. How do you go about dodging the limelight of the photographers?
Well, it's very simple. We live in a multi-dimensional universe, and there's really infinite places to hide and stay away. And I don't really get involved directly with such minuscule Earth matters, so I stay away in my own. Let's call it a realm, if you will. But I just want to say I'm glad to be here again. Bigfoot, big fan once again. I can't get enough of this guy. And Crypto Novo, you as well have some fame behind you, and you know how it is in the limelight.
Well, a little bit about that is the friends in the community. Bigfoot, everyone's been a big fan of Bigfoot. One of the most iconic pictures ever taken is that, that iconic looking over the shoulder Bigfoot photo. Then you have the different types of aliens out there. So it's all the aliens, apes, and zombies, including myself, trying to just be a walking, talking avatar in different Avatar X scenarios. Meaning I could bring my NFT into any scenario in the metaverse in real life, and we could still have fun with it. But we all started somewhere, and we all, I was born in Larva Labs. Alien by Crypto PGR. I have no clue where aliens are made. It could just be interdimensional time travel, whatever. But for our crypto monster friend here, we know that the professor has something going as far as producing these crypto monsters, but tell us a little bit about the professor and what it's like working with it. I mean, have you worked with the professor? I mean, if you have, in what capacity?
Well, yeah, I have worked with the professor, and I gotta say, he takes a lot of heat. Some say he's exploiting the monsters with his cage fighting and his genetic experiments and all that yada yada, whatever. But you gotta hand it to the guy. I mean, he's got a hell of a business plan. I like people with vision. Now, I wouldn't trust this guy further than I can throw him, and I can actually probably throw him quite a ways since I am Sasquatch. But who doesn't want to see a bat squatch square up against a werewolf in the ring? So
I have a question, Bigfoot.
mhm.
During these wrestling lucha libre matches, are the different creatures allowed to use their various powers in competition?
Oh yeah, yes they are, sir. Yeah, and some actually have enhanced powers. So yeah, it's
Oh,
like everything goes.
very nice, very nice.
So I know in some of these competitions, battles, as some would say, we do have different monsters involved in it, as we can see here on cryptomonsterslab.io/monsters, where there are different ones. And we talk a little bit about the chupacabra here, who kind of goes for the jugular in a sense. It tries to get that sweet nectar blood, and then you have the Mothman, and then Nessie, kind of like the Loch Ness monster, and then your bloodline right there, the Bigfoot, and who doesn't love a werewolf? But how about a simple question like, what do you personally like to eat? I mean, I see the chupacabra there, and he has a squirrel on his shoulder, and that might just be like a maybe a chicken nugget for someone. What do you like to eat, Bigfoot?
Well, yeah, it takes a lot to fill this guy up. And as you know, I'm an omnivore, and I can really pack it away. So I grew up with three brothers, and if you didn't eat fast, you just didn't eat at all. So I'll eat moss, berries, lichens, bark. Salmon's pretty good. Elk is terrific, although they can be a lot of work. And sometimes I'll just cut through a neighborhood and pick up one of those like annoying little yappy dogs. They're delicious though. They give me some heartburn.
Well, I mean, maybe the heartburn. I mean, you can't eat the leashes with those things and the collars, rather. I mean, those little yappy dogs. Sorry, that I'm
I learned the
sorry.
hard way.
This is pretty funny. You know, we all have. I don't want you to age yourself, but we all are up against mother and father time. I don't know about crypto PJR. I mean, you could just have infinite energy life just based on sun or black matter or whatever. But Bigfoot, at some point there, you probably had a growing up process. Was there anything like when you were littler that you just wanted to be when you grew up? Maybe it was just like a lumberjack. Maybe it was the president. Maybe it was an astronaut. Maybe it was just a simple, sitting by and fishing. Did you ever think that you'd work for the professor? What was it like? What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Yeah, I was a little Bigfoot at one point, and yeah, when I was a little kid, I loved the this character King Kong. Have you ever seen that? He is awesome. Everybody
Yes.
was afraid of him.
King
Uh,
Kong, hey, King Kong, wait a second here. Crypto PJ, you had given me reports of a Skull Island, per se, that had a lot of these oversized creatures or monsters, would say, but it's just normal habitat for different areas. I mean, think of how vast the universe and the galaxy is.
Yes, it's very true. There's all kinds of things out there, and you always have to be aware. As Bigfoot knows, there's you may be the biggest thing on the block, but there's always someone next coming up.
hmm
So
There's
what
always
was
that
that?
Godzilla out there.
What did you want to be when you were growing up, Bigfoot?
Well, I wanted to be just like King Kong, actually. I mean, he like just gets terror through town and just cause mayhem. That sounds like fun. But as I got older, I just kind of mellowed out, and so I've learned to appreciate the little things like soaking in the hot springs, or sometimes I get a beer with my buddy, Chupa, that kind of thing.
It seems like you have a sense to just enjoy life right now, and if it's around your surroundings or your other crypto monster friends that have, have come around in that Crypto Monster lab. But, I mean, there are things that we were talking about. And a little bit of programming note, we had the DeFi dragon on last week. He wasn't able to make it this week, but, dragons are some of the most elusive creatures that have been out there, obviously, besides yourself there, Bigfoot. Crypto PGR, do you have, anything in your travels or anything that you have in like your maybe stored database there on your alien spacecraft that, has maybe images or something that, has been found on Mother Earth in prior years?
Yeah, absolutely. There's, we're all very well in every culture, the legends of the dragons. And there's actually this picture here. I don't know if it's coming through. This was actually taken.
That is crazy. I mean, we got a red circle picture of it, something with like a tailed dragon, almost like almost something like Khaleesi would ride.
This was actually taken in the country of China, right around their border with Laos. And, China is considered the ancient kingdom of the mythical dragon. And this was seen in the air. These flying creatures, all cultures, whether it be a dragon, it even goes to thunderbirds or, pterodactyls coming into the human age. And not only this could have been a dragon, dinosaur, it's all the same. We also have this during the Civil War, a picture of actually them of soldiers, Union soldiers, shooting down a pterodactyl in the sky. This is 1864.
Get out of here. Look at that thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, this continent, by 1864, that's only, 100, 200 years after, there was a big movement of people out west. So there were creatures that, we could have come in contact before the modern era. This would have been the very tail end. And if you ask me, this looks a lot like that dragon in China. And so, we have to accept these things as, something that's out there.
Man, that is crazy. Look at that.
Yes, it's some amazing photos.
Imagine going out for the gold rush and then all of a sudden, like, oh, what is that? A bald eagle? What is that? Like a condor? No, that is a pterodactyl.
Yeah, absolutely. It's terrifying to think. Imagine one of these just, you're out night by the campfire eating your little beans, and next thing you know, a horse starts screaming and you see it floating up in the air, and then you look up and there's claws dug into its side, just ripping it to shreds, flying away to some nest. So, we always have to be aware of the skies. Watch the skies, as I always recommend.
Now, Bigfoot, hold it right there before we get into Bigfoot. Keep that screen on there. Bigfoot, we've heard of the Basquatch before. I mean, is any resemblance between the Basquatch and that pterodactyl, or even like a Mothman? But I'm thinking like a Basquatch there in that sense.
Yeah, those wings look a little familiar. Yeah,
and we all kind of come from like the same bloodline. We've seen it with Ancestry.com, where you swab the mouth and you kind of see who's going to be coming down that bloodline. I mean, Basquatch could be related to this. And, here it is. You want to go back to that Bigfoot photo. I mean, big feet got to eat as well. I mean, they can pack it on. I mean, a salmon is like a sweetest fish to a Bigfoot. So it's not like they just get like a handful of them. And like even Ronald McDonald sitting there just having a hamburglar with him, I mean, there we go. Any of these relatives, some of these look like stock photos. Some of them look like, photos. But what we do see is a commonality of people enjoying themselves in this space.
This is true. Yeah, those could be just people in Bigfoot suits. They're not the real thing like you see right here on the screen.
Right. I suspect this is a fake photo. I can't confirm it. But, it just highlights what the possibilities of the multiverse could be as well. Who knows what is Grimace a hybrid of Ronald McDonald and a very late night romp with a Bigfoot? We don't know.
Oh man, I don't know if we can that right now. A late night romp with a Bigfoot equals a Grimace, and all of this, it is possible because there's so much out there in this world, and that's why we're bringing it to you guys direct on these Monster Mondays, where we're going to be talking, have a monster talk. We're going to have a good time with it. you know what we're going to do? So we're also going to have you guys start submitting some questions to this, because it'd be great to have people like Maskey or JRS1 come in and ask questions from these experts. I mean, why not ask Bigfoot the question we've all been wanting to ask? What he wanted to be growing up, what he likes to eat, what it's like working with the professor. All those were answered today. And coming up soon, there is going to have the reveal for the monsters that they have minted. So if you haven't minted your monsters yet, head over to cryptomonsters.io. And I got to share my screen too. Keep your screen on there, Crypto PJR, because I like seeing that type of. But what we have also is, we have these that are going to be revealed soon. So we're going to check back in. Bigfoot, anything for your fans and followers at home?
Yeah, I would just say keep an eye out for that reveal. Get quite a collection of handsome monsters coming out. Me being one of them, of course. Like my friend right there on the screen. That, by the way, is a real one. I know that guy. I've met him before. So he's legit.
So we do have different fur color for our Bigfoot here. We're going to keep in touch of what's going on there. Crypto PJR, I love how you're bringing in these wonderful images, telling us a little bit about the facts of what happened historically in the great planet Earth, because we are all in this together, and we all got to be in this together. And, at one point in time, other creatures ruled the world, but right now, us as human beings got to take care of each other. That way we can continue ruling the world together in the sense of harmony and peace and love. And with that comes a lot of NFTs and the explaining the unexplained. Well, a lot of things bite in this world right now, but NFTs don't bite. These NFTs are yours. You can mint them. You can do what you want with them. This is Crypto Novo with Crypto PJR. And we also got Bigfoot right there. We'll be back at it again next Monday for Monster Mondays. Stay positive and love life. Peace.
Bye, guys. Hey, this Maskey.